Hello everyone, my name is KazuTwo, and welcome to the anime seasonal OP, so the opening ranking video. In the past, all I did was simply edit our stream, but now I am actually adding it into a tier list and ranking these animes solely based on the opening. I'm not reading the description, I'm not doing anything else, all I'm doing is watching the opening, listening to the music, and rating how I think this anime will be, on a scale of S to F, as the usual tier lists tend to go. Anyway, let's stop talking about it and do it. And here we go. The first one in is probably the most disappointing for many fans, because this is One Punch Man, baby. This is One Punch Man. And it looks worse than 95% of the shows I'm about to go through here. It's a sad state of affairs. Of course, I think the song is the carry here. Baby Metal and, of course, Jam Project, as always with the One Punch Man anime, just going off. That's a crazy feature, and I wish it was attached to a better season of One Punch Man. This really could have been something really special. Still images throughout, and it just looks like a rush production. I don't think there's a better word for this than either overwork or lazy. I'm gonna lean to overwork because JC Staff has done very good stuff in the past, as seen with Konosuba, but I'm gonna blame the upper production committee, not JC Staff, for this one. So it pains me to do this, but I think that's gonna be an F. No, the song, it makes it a D. The song makes it a D, but that was a below average opening. Alright, and now we have a certified banger in Spy Family from Wits and Cloverworks, knocking it absolutely out of the park again. I absolutely love the progression of this opening. It starts with the drum beat being reminiscent of the gunshots, presumably from Lloyd's Past, which is what we're going to get, I'm assuming this season, maybe not. Eventually, it breaks out after Lloyd looks at his daughter, he looks at his wife, and then the trumpets come in. And it's all of a sudden very happy. It's especially a nice touch with Anya dropping the food bowl and walking at the pace of the beats. Very cute. I couldn't be more excited to start another Spy Family season. It looks like Wit and Cloverworks are going to kill it again. And with that being said, I think this is a tier opening. It didn't blow me away, but it was nice. I can't even complain at all. Alright, next up is, I've never watched the first season of this, but I thought I may as well include it anyway. Let's put them all in here, or at least most of them. Campfire cooking in another world with my absurd skill, season 2. Yummy Good Day by Scent. Okay. First thing anyone will notice watching this opening, the song blows you away. Scent did an incredible job with this opening. 30 seconds in, and it's already oozing with individuality, I guess I could say. With the supposed main character being pulled by his wolf friend as he passes by portraits of his supposed companions. While nothing absolutely blew me away, it was still a really fun time. And I'm sure people who watched the first season are looking forward to it after watching this opening. And I think that makes it a very comfortable B tier opening, right? It's a B. It's like low B, high C, but let's put it B for now. Might move it down in the coming time, but we'll see. Next up, we're moving on to Gachi Yakuza opening 2. This is Let's Just Crash by Mori Calliope. I didn't know Mori Calliope was on this. I just saw this now. I'm not, you can tell I'm not watching Gachi Yakuza. But what? Really? Okay. Okay, go Mori. I'm also listening to this for the first time. Say what you want about Mori Calliope, but she kills this. She kills this! Damn! Throughout the whole thing, I will say, the song carried more than the visuals, but it's not a One Punch Man situation. The visuals weren't bad, but they were more so slightly above average. Specifically this scene here. Instead of being what I'm assuming they were going for as the focal point of this opening, the big punch to end it, it ended up being more so very slow and awkward. But regardless, that opening did slap. I think that's another A. Mori killed that. Mori killed that. Okay. Alright, next up we're continuing the isekai train. In my status as an assassin obviously exceeds the heroes. First thing anyone's gonna notice when starting this opening is the very intense orchestral beginning. But then it goes into him running over a few different PNGs in the background. That directly follows into a montage of 6 individual characters, 3 of which have exactly no animation for some reason, which makes it look incredibly goofy. Look at this shit. Do you see what I mean? Does that not look stupid? I will say there's very clean character art throughout, but it's inconsistent. There's somewhere it looks like they really took their time to detail the characters, but then realized they had to do a bunch of other stuff, so they kind of rushed that, making it look very inconsistent. Overall, I think the inconsistency with the animation deters me enough not to want to watch it, but it's still not bad, and it's far from the worst we're going to see on this list. So that one goes into C tier. Alright, next up is My Hero Academia's final season, which I am also not caught up on. This is The Revo by Porno Graffiti. Now, of course, I don't know much of the context with this. Some might even say I shouldn't be watching this because it's spoilers, but whatever, right? I'll probably watch this eventually and forget all about it. But I'm very much a big fan of all the constant movement. There's not a single scene in this opening where there's a still for more than, like, what, a quarter of a second. There's always movement, and I really much appreciate that. Then eventually slows down until everyone's reaching up. And I think that's Shigaraki. Don't hate me if that's wrong, but I think Shigaraki and Izuku are about, like, they look like they're going to punch each other, and then all of a sudden it goes into, like, grabbing each other's hands as it goes back to their childhood. I really like that touch there, and it matched with the music really well, but the music itself I'm not too big of a fan on, but I think it will be good for this emotional climax of the entire series. I decided I'm gonna move Campfire Cooking down to C, and then that will get B, and that's our B standard right there. Oh, what the frick is this? My Gift level 9999 unlimited gotcha, backstabbed in a backwater dungeon. I'm out for revenge. Alright, another banger from JC Staff. Let's check out that opening. In its entirety, the opening doesn't look bad. It looks serviceable. It's another serviceable fantasy anime by JC Staff. Is it good? Maybe. Do I want to watch it? Not really. Nothing in the opening particularly hooks me. There's a part where he's in some water crying blood, and then there's people who have glowing red eyes. Ooh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if this one's for me. You got Marissa from Toho in here. That's cool. I will say my favorite part of this opening is when it pans up the staircase. That part looks incredibly clean. And the song is, again, it's just okay. It sounds like just your average anime opening, but nothing that'll make me want to go out of my way to watch the show. That's kind of what I'm doing this for. I'm trying to see what's going to hook me. What's going to make me want to watch, right? What's going to make me... If I turn this on, I'm like, you know, Saturday afternoon, clicked on, and I saw this on, I'm like, oh my god, I'm so excited to watch. I mean, not this one in particular, but I'm just saying, that's the goal. Anyway, you know what? I changed my mind again. I'm moving My Hero up to A, and then this gets B. I think I'll like that. Sorry. I apologize, everyone. I'm really indecisive on this stuff. So here's how I'm going to be ranking these from now on so I don't confuse myself. A is very impressive. I have pretty much no complaints, but nothing blows me out of the water. B is I might want to check this out based on a few things that I liked in the opening, but nothing's pulling me into it. The C is this looks incredibly average, and I most likely, more than not, won't watch this. D is I definitely won't watch this. And F is why does this exist? Alright, next up, may I ask for one final thing? Senjo no Hana by Chico with Honeyworks. The first half of this opening really is just a small compilation of the characters doing something silly, and then cutscene. Doing something silly, cutscene, doing something silly, cutscene. And then proceeds to cut to 3 panning shots of different villains, I'm assuming, or antagonists maybe, with a filter on them, and it pans the shot. And up to that point in the opening, I was really not invested. And then all of a sudden, they come out here with the main character, I can only assume, swinging these two dudes around like she's using them as weapons? I don't know. So that got me intrigued. Like, what is happening there? That is not your standard anime opening shots. And then some dude aura farms in the middle, followed by some more still/panning shots with little to no movement. Even the final bit, which I'm assuming was supposed to be their big slam of movement, animation, and whoa, wow factor, kind of left me wishing there was more there. Kind of just wasn't that great. Again, I think the song with this one did carry more than not, which is becoming a theme, I think, for the C tier. All right, next up is Let This Grieving Soul Retire, Core 2. So the second core of this one's opening. Let's see, I actually dropped this anime last season, or whenever the season aired. Let's see how it looks now. And with this one, I can see why. I can see that me dropping it, I was probably validated here. Because this really is just PNG the opening. They just keyframed a few PNGs and a bunch of different shots in this opening and just called it a day. They keyframed, they crossfaded, and they failed. Of course, in the second half of this opening, it does get better, with lots of more expressive animation, but where the hell was that in the first half? This part of the wait, this is part of the opening? I'm like, if you're wondering how I'm doing this, I'm watching it and I'm commentating it as I'm watching it. And for some reason in this opening, so there's a bit where it gets slower, there's a piano playing, and for some ungodly reason, they just took it straight from the anime and didn't make an original scene for this opening, so it looks incredibly stupid. This is the shit I do when I make AMVs. I just speed it up, put a song behind it, that's your AMV. You can tell I don't make AMVs. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, this opening is for some reason 2 minutes and 20 seconds long. The first opening I've seen do that since One Piece did it. I don't know why. I guess I know why, to save time during the actual show so they don't have to animate as much. But wow, that sucked. That sucked. Honestly, I think that's an F. I think that's our first F, because at least One Punch Man had a really good song. This song, it was just generic sounding. So yeah, let This Grieving Soul Retire. Core 2 is opposite of a banger. What's that? It's a shitter. All right, next up from Studio ACAT. Oh god. I swear to God, you could have told me that 5 or 6 of these that we've seen, these isekai, were the exact same anime, and I wouldn't have batted an eye. I wouldn't have batted an eye, just like different seasons of the same anime. They all look the same! Below average isekai trash is what I can assume. I have not seen it. This is what I'm thinking it's going to be. This looks like below average isekai trash, and judging by Studio ACAT's record, I'm probably right, aren't I? I'm not watching to find out, that's for sure. I don't really want to talk about this one. Let's just move on to the next one. Oh, let's put this at D tier and be done with it. Congratulations, One Punch Man, you finally have a friend. All right, next up is My Friend's Little Sister Has It In For Me by Studio Blade. This anime already looks so much better than every single isekai we've seen so far. Just in the first 15 seconds, there are so many damn references. You can tell this show was made with love. If you're a gamer, you're gonna love this one. I feel like that's what it looks like to me. I want to watch this just to see if I'll like it because of all the gaming references. And then Even though this girl may as well just be McDonald's propaganda, she's dancing in the burger. She's a burger, I don't care. She's a cute burger. Like someone's like playing Call of Duty or CSGO or something, then it goes to Valorant. Granted, I hate Valorant, but whatever. It goes to Minecraft or some Minecraft-like game. All throughout this opening, it's non-stop, it's hyper, it's fun, there's references galore, the movement, like, the fluidity, and just the excitement is unmatched so far. Now, this right here is how you do a character montage. That is fun. That shows you what the characters are like, and it tells you about their personalities, not what we saw before. And then we follow all that up with some glorious fan service, which I cannot complain about. Even the chibi Neko arc looking girl is dancing her ass off in this opening. You know what, guys? I'm gonna say it. I'm saying it right now. This is the first S tier. That's exactly what I want from this kind of anime. This insane premise that it seems like it's going for here. I am absolutely hooked already. You know, that's what I want. That's what I want to see. That shows passion. That shows excitement, energy. Like, I want to be there, to be watching this weekly. I want to watch. I don't know where I was going with that end bit, but I want to watch it, okay? Good job, Studio Blade. And next up by Studio Tatsunoko Production and Synergy SP brings us a gatherer's adventure in Isekai. Oh boy, another Isekai, I can't wait. Again, this one looks like it could have been any of the previous Isekai that we've seen. Except this time he's riding a Pegasus and has a chibi dragon, baby dragon thing. The song is actually, I like the song, but I don't think it belongs in this anime's opening. Alright, yeah, D tier for that one. Alright, next up is a wild last boss appeared from Studio WoW World. Is this an Isekai? It is an Isekai. We love Isekai here, so let's get into it. Yeah! Ironically enough, this one has probably the most metal song yet, even though the opening really doesn't fit that vibe at all, especially at the beginning when it's going really hard into it. It's just a compilation of screenshots of characters. That's all we got here, and it's going like this. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. Ironically, everything else, pretty good. But again, nothing that really makes me want to watch. The most impressive part of this opening was the song, which the animation and the visuals, it's in their entirety, could not match. It was a very, there was a very big discord in what was being shown versus what was being heard. Yes, I can English well. I think the best isekai we have is whatever the hell this is. I forget the name of this one now. Hold on. It's called My Gift, level 9999, unlimited gacha, backstabbed in a backwater dungeon. I'm out for revenge. No wonder I forgot it. Good lord. But yeah, that's the one. That's the one that's the king of isekais so far. I don't know if we're gonna get a better one, but yeah, there's a wild boss last appeared. That's another C tier. All right, next up is Tougen Anki's second opening, which I've never watched the first one, but let's ignore that for now. Whoa, whoa. I absolutely adore, like, the neon theme they're going with here. So much, like, fluidity. There is a lot happening in this opening. It is whiplash after watching the last one, honestly. Holy shit. And then the song is just, the song sounds like an anthem or something. It sounds like an anthem or a theme song for this group that we're watching, right? Wow, that was good. That was really good. This opening very much reminds me of an Attack on Titan opening from, like, the vibes alone. This opening song, which is by, actually, I don't know who it's by, Chogakusei. It reminds me a lot of the Attack on Titan first ending, I think. It's with the acorn. That's what this song reminds me of. It sounds, like, very similar in the instrumental. That, just absolute intensity. and I love it. Holy shit. You know what? You know what? Let me add this to my any list here. I gotta get on this Togen Anki shit. Wow. If I saw this on TV, I would stop what I was doing immediately and sit my ass down for this episode. I think that also gets an S tier. Our second S tier of the day, baby. All right, here we go. And next up is To Your Eternity Season 3. Another anime I've never watched. I know you're probably thinking, this guy who runs an anime channel doesn't watch, like, any anime. Dude, I only watch like 1 or 2 a season. Forgive me, okay? I am very behind on, like, everything. All the time. It's my life. That's my life. But let's see what this is. To Your Eternity. Let's see what this looks like. 30 seconds in, I already absolutely adore this song. It gives a very, like, chill J-pop vibe. I don't know what the terminology is for this song, but it's catchy and it's fun. And for some reason, I thought this anime took place in, you know, an isekai world or a fantasy world, or at least very much in the past, but this looks like it's taking place straight up in the present. Of course, I'll figure out why we're going to the present time and whenever I watch it, but it's just interesting to note, right? It's a song I can't help but bob my head to. I will say one thing I didn't like about this opening is that a lot of times it feels like the background doesn't match with the actual visuals on screen too well. It's okay, but I feel like it could have been done way better. At times it just feels like it's a collage or a compilation of scenes that vaguely match the music. But overall, it's definitely far from the worst we've seen. And I think To Your Eternity, that's a solid, like, B tier opening, you know? Yeah. Alright, next up is The Banished Court Magician Aims to Become the Strongest by Studio Gecko. This opening is what I can only describe as it's trying to fill time. Like, for them to actually get into, like, the big Sakuga moment, it took 45 seconds. This also falls very much into the category of this could be any of the isekai we've seen so far, even though it's just a fantasy. So any of the fantasy isekai, whatever, it doesn't matter. Fantasy isekai, they look the same to me. And the song is nothing to write home about. It's just an anime opening. It's a generic sounding anime opening, in my opinion. So the Banished Court Magician aims to become the strongest. You are going to be in the C or D. C or D. I think that's a D. I think that's a D. Yeah, that's a D. Yep. Alright, the third anime. Oh my god. The third anime from JC Staff. Dad is a hero. Mama's a spirit. I'm a reincarnator. Another isekai. Woo! Okay. It's really sad to see how much work went into this opening when the other JC Staff anime, the most anticipated one of the season, One Punch Man Season 3, looks like it does. And this anime doesn't even look that impressive, but it's impressive for JC Staff this season, I suppose. Like I said, they did Konosuba before, and that is phenomenal, right? That looks incredible. I have no complaints about how they animated Konosuba. But yeah, it looks fine, you know? I think in this case, it's another situation where the song carries. I'm a big fan of what they focus on in this opening for musically, instrument-wise, which is trumpets. They really hammer home that trumpets, that upbeat excitement, those great vibes. But it doesn't really look interesting. There's a part where there's like some shadow demons or something coming close to them. And then they're all, as a family, they're like, stay back! And then they all go away. I don't care for this. I really don't care for this. Man, JC Staff, just stop making as much anime, please. Please, for the love of God. Make one a season, if that. You should not be releasing even one a season, but God, good Lord, I think that's 3 so far? That might be 3 or maybe 2, but I think it's 3. Like, God, JC Staff, come on. That is a hero. Mob is a spirit. I'm a reincarnator. That's going at C tier. I will say something it has going for it, which I didn't get from the opening, but on the live chart here, it says it's a reverse harem. Interesting. That's unique for this season at least. Next up is Chitose is in the Ramune bottle. Right off the bat, we are insane with the Sakuga in this opening. This is how you hook someone. All through this opening, there is tons of effort. There's tons of passion. This exudes passion. And not even just the animation in general, there is some editing tricks that make this even more fun, like when they use the aspect ratio to their advantage to make that visual treat just a little more tasty. And then midway through the opening, it cuts to a compilation of characters, which you might think is a bad thing from all the things I've said so far about compilations of characters, but this does it right. This shows them posing and acting. It's like almost as if the cameraman in this scenario said, do something for the camera. And they didn't tell them what to do. They just said, do something for the camera. Like pose, do dance, whatever. And you get to learn all about their personality through these little segments in the opening. And that's amazing. And inside of that, you get their actual hobbies as well in little picture frames. Like, that's all you need to do. It is amazing. It's so fun. Overall, Chitose is in the Ramune bottle. That's gonna be an S. I have no complaints to say about this one. Fire. Next up is My Awkward Senpai. This one doesn't have a lot going on in this opening. I feel like this resembles more of an ED than an OP. Again, I feel like they drop the ball a bit when it has that big climax in the song, but it doesn't really go anywhere with that climax. It just looks cute, but kind of left me hoping for a little bit more. The song is pretty groovy though, which is a lot of its saving grace. So I think I'll still put this one in C though. Nothing really stuck out enough for a B. Alright, next up is Tales of Wedding Rings Season 2 opening by Staple Entertainment. In this one, there's a few, like, really impressive shots in around the 40-second mark. But it's surrounded by, like, time fillers, right? At the very end, we get them all in lingerie. So, cool. That's how it ends. They're all in bed with the main character with lingerie on. I guess this is a harem, isn't it? Yeah, it's a harem. I should have expected that, but there we go. All right, that one gets a D. Tales of Wedding Ring Season 2, you are a D. Hey guys, editing Kev here. I don't know what I was smoking. That is not a D tier opening. What? This is probably a high C. Why did I say D? No, I think maybe I misspoke, but that's definitely at least a C. The song, fire, right? The song, fire. The song, I sound like a caveman. The song, fire. The song is fire. The song is amazing. It's far and away from the D tiers we've already ranked. So anyway, that one is a little bit wrong. I just wanted to clarify that. Anyway, move on. Let's move on. All right, next up is Watari-kun's blank, whatever that's supposed to say, is about to collapse. The song was alright, but I don't feel inclined to watch this at all. What is supposed to collapse? I think that's a C. It's like low C. It's low C, but it's C. It's C. I don't think it's quite Studio A-Cat level, but it's down there. Next up is Inexpressive Kashiwada Inexpressive Uta by Studio Poland. You know what? That one looked pretty good. That one looked pretty good. It seems like a gimmicky show, you know, and it's probably a fun little romance, you know? And I won't lie, I was kind of jamming out to the song. I'll probably put something in here. You know, put me jamming out to the song right here. Yeah, you go like a minute ago, Kazu Trash. Okay. Anyway, this one, I'm going to say it's B. It's the first B in a while, but I think it's a B. I could see myself watching that. If I got bored, I'll put that on. Why not? You know what, Studio Poland? That looked pretty good. Kashiwada looked very cute. She did look very cute. All right, next up is Pass the Monster Meat, M'Lady by Asahi Production. Overall, pretty consistent visuals, though there were a few of those that I've mentioned before. The, like, still shots over background image, unmoving, and it's just a compilation of that over and over again. And at one point, they hold hands, and it just does a twist. They just do a cyclone, PNG rotate keyframe. Yeah, I'm getting tired. I think I'm becoming less coherent as we go on in the night, but whatever. You know what? Sebastian from Black Butler appears at some point. Yo, there's Sebastian. Whoa, there he is. All right. You know, overall, we've seen worse. We've seen worse in this season so far. Definitely. That'll get a B. Another B. All right, next up is Dusk Beyond the End of the World by PA Works. Like 30 seconds in, I'm already a huge fan of the character designs, especially the eyes. I don't know what this is exactly reminiscent of, but it looks exactly like an older style anime. I can't place the exact anime. Like, if I'm going to use one, I guess, from recent memory, it's Yaiba. It looks a lot like the way they draw the Yaiba eyes, and I'm loving that. Or I guess I would say Yaiba, or maybe even like Yu-Gi-Oh! The way the Yu-Gi-Oh! Characters are drawn. Maybe it's the same character designer or something. And then later on with the big climax, there's these two hot women fighting their asses off. And that's all I need to watch something, honestly, with it looking so stylistically clean. And all throughout it, you can tell these little characteristics shining through from the characters, and I couldn't be more happy. I want to watch this. This looks really good. Another, like, post-apocalyptic story with some kind of magic or robot, but very much action-focused at some point. It tells you a lot without telling you a lot, if that makes sense. No, not really. It tells you a lot without spoiling too much, I guess. There you go. It makes you really want to watch it. You know, I want to see why this black-haired lady and this blonde lady are fighting, and is this blonde-haired lady a robot? Is she some kind of android? Not to mention that song is banger. All right. I think that one might be A or S. A or S. I don't know. I don't think it blew me away. Oh, it's like really high A, I feel like. Oh god, that hurts to put this here. You know what? It's really high A. Like, it's really I think it didn't like blow me away, but it was close. I think this is the highest A tier is gonna get right there, right? No, I think it's gonna stay here. It's gonna stay here right at A. Oh, that's close, though. That is close. I'm not going to lie. Okay, Dusk Beyond the End of the World by PA Works. There you go. That's an A tier. Next up is Lil Miss Vampire Can't Suck Right by Studio Feel. I like this a lot, guys. Her design, the vampire who cannot suck right, is the cutest little vampire I've ever seen. Well, Shinobu's gonna run for her money here, that's all I'm saying. But adorable. Her character design is phenomenal. I love it so much. This whole opening is basically like showering her with, for one, screen time, and for two, just like love. Everyone's showing how much they love her, and she looks like she's being so appreciated. She's so happy. And I love a feel-good show, right? I love a feel-good, like, romance. If this is, maybe it's not romance, but it's a feel-good comedy, or what is this? Comedy School Supernatural Vampire. Yeah, like comedy, good comedy. It's a fun, wholesome show. Yeah, for the entire thing, I have nothing bad to say about that. That's definitely another solid A. That's another really solid A tier. Close to S, but I think for S, it really has to blow me away. It really does. All right, A tier. Next up is This Monster Wants to Eat Me by Studio Lings, who apparently only do Yuri, which I'm just figuring out. And I am a Yuri connoisseur. So let's get into this. Perhaps toxic Yuri? I don't know. 12 seconds in and I'm already asking questions. Why does this woman look so dead inside? Why is she falling into the water? Oh man, and this track is catchy as hell, I won't lie. Man, this opening here really blew me out of the water. I don't know. I did not expect this. That's all I'm saying. I did not expect this. Like, this looks so good. I am intrigued. Like, this is another thing. Like, if I was watching this on TV, if I just happened to walk by the TV, I'd be like, whoa. I gotta sit down. I gotta sit my ass down. Whoa. Just the visuals are incredible. Why does this girl look so depressed? What happened in her past? What is her trauma? Are we going to get into that? Why is this girl having like a monster claw? Why is there an eye that it fades into? What is happening here? Is that girl truly a monster, or is that just for visual effects? I want to know. I have nothing but great things to say about this one. Oh, it's another one where it's like teetering on S, but it's not quite there. You know what? I'm making a new tier for that. We're gonna call this the A+ tier, which is this and this. That's my That's my A+ tier, which isn't quite S, but damn, does it get close. Okay. All right. Next up is Science Saru's next project. Sanda, or Sanda, I don't know. It looks like it's supposed to be Santa, but I don't. So Sanda, I guess, makes the most sense to me. I don't know, but holy moly! When I saw this opening, I looked it up. Who made this, and Science Saru making this makes complete sense. They make nothing but bangers. They make nothing but bangers. It just blew me and my buddy Ty, who were watching this on stream, on Kazu Trash TV, by the way. I stream this every season. Out of the water. It blew us out of the park, right? Wow. If you haven't seen this opening yet, don't let me talk to you anymore. Go watch this right now. And come back and comment how amazed you are if you haven't seen this, if you've never heard of this. Because I know I was blown away. I don't think I have to say anything else. This is S. This is S. This is probably the best S. This is a sleeper hit here. And I am very excited to watch this. I should say I'm really behind on everything, so I haven't watched any of these yet. So I'm really excited to watch all these S-class ones. That's gonna be the best S. The best of the S. Alright. And next up is Mechanical Marie by Zero G and Liber Studio. I think this opening in itself isn't too impressive, but what I really love is Robot Girls. And this looks like a really fun robot girl anime. I love the deadpan expression she has throughout the whole thing. And when she does a little smile, like, in the mirror or in the window, so cute. So that's like, I die for that, right? I'm down bad for Robot Girls. Tama from Gintama. Oh! And then, what's her name? I can't remember her name. Shoot. But the girl from Apocalypse Hotel. Oh, she's so cute. So adorable. And this Marie here looks just the same, and I can't wait to watch this one. But as for the opening tier, if I'm looking at this objectively, of course, I think that's like a B tier opening. All right, next up is Ranma Half, second season by Mappa. This one is very chaotic, but they actually do control that chaos very well, which I'm sure Ranma itself is a very chaotic show. I haven't seen it, but judging by this opening, it looks fun. And I think that's all you need for something like this. All I know is the Ranma changes genders if he gets wet, I think it is. Is that it? I think that's what it is. It looks like there's a lot happening. Like, at some point, they're playing chess, and then they're like hitting a ball around with giant objects, and they're hitting it into different scenes. What I'm trying to get across here is that it's very fun. What the hell was that? And I think that it's gonna be. I think that's an A. That's an A tier opening. I like that opening, but it's not A+. It's an A. Next up is Hands Off Sawaranai de Kotesashi-kun. Good enough. Okay, by Studio Quad. Guys, tell me this isn't discount Rentaro, like Walmart brand Rentaro right here. So in this one, though, we have a compilation of what looks like the characters getting fucked. That is what it looks like. I am shitting you not. I'm not going to play the scene, but it knows what it is. It's an ecchi. but it looks like a fun ecchi, right? It looks like a... I don't know what this scene is supposed to be saying. Like, Discount Rentaro is doing this over himself, running in a mirror? I don't frickin' know. But, yeah, I mean, catchy song, catchy opening, boring visuals. Not much to say there. It looks like some kind of, like, sports. Is it sports? Yeah, it's a sports harem ecchi school anime. It was catchy enough for a B. I'll say that. It was, like, random and catchy enough for a B. There you go. There you go. The Dark History of the Reincarnated Villainess by Studio Dean. This opening song was very experimental. Visuals were kind of random. They were just, the main character seemed like she was just dancing with a bunch of guys. That opening went hard. Or, I mean, the song went hard. I don't know how many thes that was, but I'm just gonna chalk that up to me being tired. But the music, yeah, the music was crazy. That earned it at least a B. I think that's a B. That's a B. It's a pretty easy B. All right, next up is Yano-kun's Ordinary Days by Studio Ajiado. Or Ajiadu? I don't know. Just 10 seconds in, you can already tell this is one that's going to be A or S. I am in love with the character designs here. The main character literally hits his head on the Japanese title text. This one's going to be funny. A silly one where for some reason this guy attracts physical injuries towards himself. Somehow, maybe there's going to be something explained there, or maybe he's just really unlucky. I don't know. But in any case, that looks really good. That looks fun. Whoever did the character designs and the character art, phenomenal work. That was wonderful. I always love those brass instruments in the openings, and it's got trumpets again, and I think it's trumpets. I think it's trumpets. I don't know. I'm not musically inclined enough to know that. But all I know is it sounds like trumpets, and it is fire. The anime character designer's name is Toshihisa Kaya. And he did such a great job. That is phenomenal. I love it so much. All right, but yeah, Yano-kun's Ordinary Days, that's going in A. I think that's going in A. That's an easy A. All right, and following that is Alma-chan Wants to Be a Family by Studio Flad. Guys, we got another robot girl. I'm just saying, I'm on board. I am on fucking board. This anime looks so adorable. It looks like if Spy Family was sci-fi, which sounds amazing, right? That sounds amazing. Even the character designs look very similar to Spy Family. The main girl looks like Anya. The mom looks like Yor. And the dad looks like Lloyd wearing a face mask. That's what this is, right? It's like, I've been watching a lot of Nero-sama lately on YouTube, like YouTube clips of Nero-sama. It'll be like Vidal with his AI daughter, albeit slightly less unhinged. All right, and Alma-chan Wants to Be a Family. That's going to be at... I'm really excited for this one. I think that's another A. I think, ironically enough, out of any of the ones we've seen so far, I think this one will be the one I'll probably be most likely to check out, besides the obvious ones like the S tiers. Like any of these, I'll probably end up checking this one out the most. Next up is Kakuryou Bed and Breakfast for Spirits 2. I guess this is like a season 2. I've never seen the first one, but let's check it out. From what I can say from that opening, it seems like it's gonna be like kind of like a mythological creatures turned anthropomorphic kind of show, which doesn't sound like my thing, really. It seems more of like a shoujo kind of thing. But overall, for the song, good song, you know, I can't complain. Nothing crazy, but same thing with visuals. It was good, you know, it's okay. Nothing crazy. Nothing like wild, nothing overwhelmingly cool. It's just, yeah. Is it a C or is it a B? I'd say it's a B. Let's put a B. I will not be watching this one, though. All right, next up is Uma Musume Cinderella Grey Core 2. Hopefully this doesn't have too many spoilers, because I'm only in the second season of Uma Musume right now. Let's run it! Okay, 15 seconds in, what the fuck? This is Uma Musume? This seems like not the same vibe. What is going on? Holy shit. That's the first time I've seen anything of the later seasons of Uma Musume. What happened? This looks so much more serious. Holy, wow. Absolute cinema, that's what I'm doing right now. Whoa. That was cool. That was crazy. I didn't know it would get like that. Like, they got a production boost. They got a boost, and I'm putting that. I think I'm gonna put that in. Let's do A+. Let's do A+ for that one. Whoa, like, Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Next up is A Star Brighter Than the Sun by Studio Kai. I cannot place it, but there's something about this art style that really irks me. Like, it doesn't feel right. It feels almost uncanny. Maybe their builds are too big and their heads are too small. The way they're built, it looks weird. It looks like they were trying to go for like a more realistic art style for their appearance, at least. But overall, the animation, especially near the end, it was very impressive. There's a specific shot I'm thinking of where she's looking over the stars and the camera pans and it does a full, I think it's a 180 pan around her and it looks really great. So if that's to say how the rest of the show is going to look, then hey, I'm on board for that. Studio Kai did a good job, guys. So that I would say that's A tier. All right, next up, Tojima Wants to Be a Kamen Rider by Leiden Films. Right off the bat, I can already tell I love the thick line art and like it's a bold choice, but I think it works. They made it work really well. I don't even know these characters, but I'm already really interested in seeing all of them in action. They look goofy as Kamen Rider is, but I'm really excited for this. I don't know if this is like okay for the first Kamen Rider media I interact with to be this. I don't know. I think this looks great. Song was good too. It's like da 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 da. So with that being said, I think Tojima Wants to Be a Kamen Rider is going in the A tier again. All right, One Dance by Studio Madhouse and Cyclone Graphics. So this one is apparently an anime about dancing. It's like a dancing anime, which is one I've never seen done before, so that's really cool. Only thing I'm kind of concerned about is that there's no actual dancing Sakuga sequences in this opening, which kind of worries me. If I didn't know from the description on Live Chart, then I would not know this is a dance anime, but I think I might have enough faith to give it a shot. The anime is, the theme song is very catchy. It sounds something out of K-pop, which I'm not the biggest fan of K-pop, but I could get behind this. But overall, I think that's a B tier opening. All right, next up is one we all know very well on this channel, or at least you guys do. I don't know it yet. Let's see it. Gintama, Mr. Ginpachi's zany class. I still hate that localization. 3-Z Ginpachi Sensei. That's fine. Just call it that. There's nothing I can really say about this though, besides it looks exactly like what you'd expect a Ginpachi Sensei anime to look like, and I am all for that. It looks amazing. I'm so excited to watch this. I think that's a good A tier, you know? That's a good A tier opening. Could have been better, but you know what? It's not a B, C, D, or F tier. All right. Next up is Touring After the Apocalypse by Studio Nexus. Judging by the title, the key visual, and just, you know, what I've seen so far, which is 30 seconds into the anime opening, I mean, this kind of feels like Girls Last Tour, but more Iyashikei, less despair, right? I think that's a good B. No, I think it's still A tier. I think it's still A tier, an A tier opening. All right, guys, I think that's gonna be my last one for the night. I'll continue this in the morning, so you'll see me in a different shirt. Maybe my glasses will come off. I had these on because I have a migraine right now, and you know how migraines are. I don't want to look at this bright-ass light. But anyway, see you guys tomorrow, and now. Yo, next day, Kev here. What's up? Though I still have a small headache, so these are going back on. Guys, can I just say something? I am so sick and tired of seeing these 60 FPS 4K interpolated anime openings. No one wants these. You're just cluttering up the search queue till I find the actual opening. And why do they always appear first? Why do they always appear first? Like, God, it's so frustrating. I hate it. All right, next up is With You, Our Love Will Make It Through by Studio Millipence. You know what I really hate about this one? It looks good. The furries are eating good this season, and you know what? Good for them. Good for them. I do have to say, when a lot of animators tackle anthropomorphic creatures, they end up looking usually pretty rough, but this guy looks alright. It's definitely one of the better ones I've seen, so I'll give it that. Whatever. The song is very good. It's very energetic. I'm sure this is a very energetic, fun, crazy show, but I won't be watching. But yeah, I'll still put this in the A tier. All right, next up is A Mangaka's Weirdly Wonderful Workplace by Studio Voil. This opening looks very average. It looks okay. Nothing that would really make me want to go and watch it. If I saw this on TV, I'd probably skip it. I'd probably just turn the TV off, or, you know, have it on in the background or something. It looks perfectly fine. It looks like a nice slice of life workplace anime, but nothing that I would be interested in watching. That's gonna get a B tier. All right, next up is Let's Play by Studio OLM. And I have to say, this was really a sleeper hit for me and Ty. What seems like gaming, like, love letter, arcade gaming love letter. It looks really good. Just such a chill vibe for the song. I can tell I'm gonna like this one. And for Let's Play, I'm thinking an A+. Next up is Nocia by Studio D'America. For all you sci-fi people, this one is for you. And I have to say, I know I said I wasn't going to look at the descriptions of the anime, but guys, let me read you this description here. The story of Nocia takes place on a ship drifting through space. Nocia is an enemy that disguises itself as a human and attacks them. It is now on the spaceship, causing everyone on board to be suspicious of each other. The crew decides to vote on the most suspicious-looking person every day and put them into a cold sleep. This is Among Us anime. This is Among Us the anime. I'm in. I'm fucking in. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. And you could definitely tell that from the trailer. The trailer, she had herself constantly looking around her back. She's like, wait, are you the enemy? Are you the imposter? Oh, it was good. Yeah, this one looks really good too. It didn't just look like a slop show. It looked really like passion was put into this. All right, Among Us the anime, that gets an A+. That gets an A+, absolutely. All right, Digimon Beat Break is next by Studio it's Toei. I don't think there's been a better time to get into Digimon than right now. Whoa. This looks great. What the hell? First off, I think Digimon, their entire purpose right now is just mogging Pokemon's ass. With Digimon Storytime Strangers coming out and getting glorious reviews, and this new anime coming out, which looks phenomenal. Oh my god, I might just start getting into Digimon. Holy shit. This looks better than I think 90% of the anime we've seen this season, which blows my mind. I never thought I'd say that about Digimon. I mean, I guess that's being rude to Digimon because I've never watched Digimon, so I don't know if its animation is ever like this or if it's just like this now, but I just never expected this from Digimon. It's, wow, like, whew. Holy shit. I want to watch that. That's an S. I think that's an S. Toei, good job. Good shit, Toei. You know? Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. And next is Pokemon, which I should note, this is in popularity order. I don't know if I said that already yesterday, but this is in popularity order. So Digimon, at least for the anime right now, is officially over Pokemon's ranking. And guys, you gotta see this. Look at these scores. Look how unbelievably close they are in ranking. 7.75 to 7.75. Wow. Wow. All right. Let's go check out Pokemon Horizon's third opening. Hey guys, hopping in here again because I actually reviewed the wrong Pokemon opening when I initially did this video, so I'm just gonna review it now. And I think this one and the Digimon opening are both really, really close. But there's one very specific shot in the new Pokemon opening that really, lessens the OP for me. This could have been an S-class OP, but I have to relegate it only to A+ because of this specific scene here. The ground is moving faster than they're walking, that's all it is, but everything else in this opening is so beautiful. Everything. Oh my gosh. I totally understand why these are so damn close in the live chart, just from the openings alone. Of course, that's not what live chart's going off of, the rankings there, but if we were just doing openings, that makes complete sense because they're so good. They're both so good. It's such a good time to be a Pokemon fan, a Digimon fan. We're eating good, right? Anyway, I'm gonna drop that one an A+. Not quite S, unfortunately. Alright, next up, Kingdom Season 6 by Studio Pierrot and Saint Signpost. You know, I actually assumed this Kingdom opening was just going to be kind of slop, because judging by the art style, it does look like that. And, like, it's not the most impressive thing visually, but it actually does have some impressive cuts, and the opening is inspirational sounding. It sounds, very uplifting and more like an anthem. I think this is a solid, like, you know, B-tier opening. Next up is Blue Orchestra Season 2 by Nippon Animation. Something I really do like about this opening is how apparent and inclusive and how clashing the background is with the main visuals and all the characters interacting with the background with it constantly moving and them walking around the text and the moving shapes and everything. It looks really nice. For the first half, and then it devolves into a CG concert. Could have been better. Could have been better. It's not the worst looking CG, it's just very, jarring of a switch. I think that's a C. I think that's a C tier opening. Again, this could have been a B as well, but I was feeling a C at the time. It's either one of those two. Let's move on. Next up is Ninja vs. Gokudo, not Ninja vs. Goku Fortnite. This is Studio Dean again. Hey, I'm back again. I'm appearing a lot more, aren't I? But I honestly didn't really like what I said about this one. But basically, I adore the art style. The art style reminds me of that Haiji or that Akagi art style, and it looks so damn good. It looks like a classic anime turned modern with all the new animation tricks that people know now, and it just looks so good. This looks phenomenal. With that catchy as hell, sweet disaster. Damn, that's good. I think this is one of those instances where at first, on a first watch, something doesn't seem so well, and then when you rewatch it, it's like, holy shit, why did I think this was bad? Because now, I think I rated it a C or a B. Maybe I did a B, hold on. Yeah, initially I gave this a B, and that's what it's going to look like on the tier list, unfortunately. But I think this is an A. This is an A tier opening. I might even say A+. Honestly, A+, yeah, A+. I don't know why I just said B. This looks sick. This looks badass. I want to see whoever the hell Ninja and Gokudo are. I want to see them kicking each other's ass. This looks sick. With that being said, let's move on to Shabake by Studio Bandai Namco. Bandai Namco's second anime this season, I believe. I think they also did the Gintama one, I believe. An Edo period Japan show with like mythological creatures looks really good. I like those little dudes. I don't know what the hell these things are called, but you know, these guys are so cute. Look at them. The one guy like trips on him on himself. Oh, it's so adorable. But yeah, with that being said, I think I'd be willing to watch this. I think that's a B tier opening. Very catchy song. All right, and here we go. Marvy Jack's magnum opus, Plus Size Adventures in Love, or Plus Size Misadventures in Love. This looks like it might be fun. There was a surprising amount of passion for this anime by Marvy Jack here. I didn't expect it to be this animated for this seemingly gimmicky show. Do I want to watch it? No. What is that? But yeah, I don't think I can put anywhere lower than a B. I don't think I can. It actually looks decent. It does look decent. It looks better than all these isekais. I have to say that much at least. All right. Next up by Studio Voln, but The Sound of Heroes. Alright guys, what does this sound like to you? SIVIS is a co-ed music group led by Yosuke shaking up the global music scene with their unmatched vocals and performances. However, they are actually heroes in disguise, battling against mysterious forces threatening the world. They convert audience energy at live performances into combat power. Luckily, the battles appear to be ordinary concerts to the public, keeping their identity secret. So we got an Among Us anime and a K-pop Demon Hunters anime in the same season. Interesting, eh? I think this anime did look pretty good, especially when they were all falling from the sky. Everyone was animated so fluidly, as well as the compositing on the characters. That looked especially clean and depth-having, is, for lack of a better word. I think I'm gonna drop this right in the middle of the B tier. Okay, next up is The Style of Hiroshi Nohara's Lunch by Studio DLE. What a sleeper here. What was that? That was incredible. That was so funny. I love this guy. Apparently this is a Shin-chan spin-off, and apparently he's doing really well in Japan right now. He looks so silly. I love it. I love it so much, and I might ruin it for you guys, but does he not look like Mark Zuckerberg? Ty brought that up while we were watching all these, and he kind of does. But God, I love his silly little stupid dances throughout. This is the most silly office worker I've ever seen. I love him so much. Like, I don't know why he started doing this over the food. I don't know, man. And he even says goodbye to you. He even says bye when the opening is finishing. Look at this. Like, hey, see ya. I'm gonna keep walking. I love it. I love this so much. Oh my God. I love this. I think this is gonna be S tier. That's gotta be S tier, I think. Oh, what a sleeper there. What a frickin' sleeper. Okay. Alright, and with that, we're done the TV anime. We're just going on to the OVAs now, which there are not many. Alright, the first OVA is The Fated Magical Princess Who Made Me a Princess by Colored Pencil Animation Design. Yeah, so in this one, there's a plethora of really great looking sakuga, and it seems like a nice slice of life until in the middle it kind of teases something more deep, more serious happening later, kind of like Gintama does. Which I do appreciate, and you know what? This looks good. I think that's an A-tier opening. I'd be down to watch that, and the song's pretty nice. It's like there's some auto-tune female vocals. I'm usually not a fan of auto-tune too much, but they did it well here. So, you know what? That's an A. A-tier it gets. Good job, Colored Pencil Animation Design. Alright, next up is Dragon Raja 2, The Mourner's Eyes by Studio Garden. This is opening 2. Whoa! That was good! Holy shit, I gotta get on Dragon Raja 2, The Mourner's Eyes. Whoa! That was fire. Damn! So many dance numbers in this opening. Well, not dance numbers, but so many, like, people having dance-offs and shit. Like, what is this about? Oh my God, I can only imagine it's about dancing, but maybe not. Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. It is a groovy opening. That is groovy. That is the word to describe this one. Holy shoot. That is really good. Apparently this is from a Donghua, and this is from 3 months ago, so this might even be from last season. I don't know. Yeah, actually, that one was 3 months ago. That was probably last season's opening. Whatever. I'll keep this in. I'm not gonna put it in the ranking, but I think it would get an S tier if I did rank it. All right, and the last one, which will go in the ranking, is Cat's Eye. As soon as I saw the name, I started singing what I remembered Kagura singing all the way back in whatever that early Gintama episode was. Mitsumeru Cat's Eye, na 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 na. Mitsumeru Cat's Eye, magic praise dancing, midori iro ni hikaru. And that is exactly what this is. It looks like it's supposed to be a remake of the original Cat's Eye or something like that. Maybe it's a continuation. I don't really know. I think it's a remake. But in any case, there's a new Cat's Eye coming out. Is this Otto? Sounds like, oh, it is Otto. I knew when I heard her go to that more raspy tone, I knew it was Otto. All right, you know what? The new Cat's Eye looks good. I got Otto on the music for the opening. Oh my God, what a banger. All right, so I think that finally this Cat's Eye, I think that's gonna get a B tier. With that being said, everyone, that's gonna be the list. Here's the list. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 S tiers, 6 A tiers, 12 A tier openings, 17 B tier openings, 8 C tier openings, 5 D tier openings, and 1 F tier opening. And these I decided not to include because I don't want to. Don't question me. Okay. All right, everyone. I guess we're finished here. Do you think was this a fun video? Should I do this next year, or do you think I should just go back to reading the descriptions of them? I think this was fun. I like tier listing them. This was very fun. Anyway, everyone, with that being said, like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you dislike it, comment any thoughts you have on this style of video. If you have any different opinions on the openings list, rankings that I put on here, or anything else that you just want to comment. If you're feeling like you want to talk to me, I'm down to talk. I'm always looking at my comments. With that being said, have a fantastic day, and don't forget to stay trash. Peace.